everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies Podcast and happy Loveuary. It's now March, but we can wish you all a happy Loveuary. That's what we're talking about today. We are talking about the 4 movies from Hallmark in February, deemed Loveuary. And I am critic Rachel Wagner, and Terry's here.
Hi.
Did you have a good February? Good Loveuary?
I survived, so if that counts,
Hey, that's all we can do.
yeah.
That's
So,
something, especially moving. Oh, it's
oh,
the
moving, yeah.
worst. Yeah, yeah,
And like, uh, Valentine's Day is like very different. Well, for me,
yeah,
because I'm single, but it's something for the kids too. Like, my sister
yeah,
who has kids, like, they get chocolates and cards, but it's mostly like, let me get some chocolate for my kids.
yeah.
No
Well,
matter how old they are, they got to get them like my sister always gets us a piece of chocolate.
yeah. I mean, I
So
have fun
that's
with it
sweet.
because every year I design Valentine with usually with the help of my friend Joan, who's a
Yeah.
very talented graphic designer. And so I do one for my own Valentine, and then I also have one made that's for Hallmarkies Podcast.
Yeah.
And that gives me something kind of
Yeah.
creative, with it. I enjoy that every year. And so
I've never been too
it's
crazy
fun.
about this holiday either.
Yeah.
Even in a relationship or whatever, I'd be like, I mean, it's too much. I don't mind it, but I also don't
Yeah.
really care.
Well, I mean, has Loveuary grown on you as far as a
No,
term?
still
No.
doesn't. No. It feels awkward. It's better than Countdown to Valentine's Day because I think that's too long. But I also think
Uh-huh.
Loveuary is not great. But it could be worse. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like Countdown to Valentine's just because it sort of
It's
feels
just
like, okay, Countdown to Christmas, Countdown to Valentine's, it's like franchise. But I
yeah.
think Loveuary has grown on me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you can include so much now in the Loveuary brand.
Uh-huh.
Before it was very specific in Countdown to Valentine's Day.
It's true.
Like
It's
they would make
true.
themed movies a majority of the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just weird. Like at Loveuary, sometimes I feel like it's stupid for saying that, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
listen, it's better. It's not a bother. It's
What do you think about the lineup as a whole? These 4 movies as a whole. Do you think it was a pretty good one or
I think half were good and then half put me to sleep. But
yeah.
I think they're I mean, not wholly terrible. I think that 2 were great. It's pretty like somewhat
Yeah.
solid. I don't think it was an incredibly bad lineup because I'm sure there's plenty of people who like the ones that I didn't like. But eh, I
Yeah,
mean,
I'd say
it was
it
better than I expected because Winter Escape was solid, was good. I thought,
yeah,
and I was like, wow, we started off pretty good. Even the one that I wasn't that high on love on the Amazon, but still it was
it was
entertaining
watchable.
enough, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like decent. Yeah, I would say that 2026 is just
Starting off
been
good,
very
yeah.
strong so far for Hallmark.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the Winter Escape were all entertaining, and these were there was only one that I didn't like, but even
Same,
that was like
like Julie.
watchable. Was
Yeah.
watchable. But yeah, so I think they should be pretty proud of themselves. It's been a
Yeah.
good 2026.
And so far so good, yeah.
Yeah. And we are going to preview the spring movies at the end of this. So there's that to look forward to. So this might probably will be a pretty long episode, but we're up for it. We're up for the challenge.
Yep.
Ho, ho, ho! We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies Podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
All right, let's dive in. So the first movie was called The Way to You. And this movie stars Kim Matula and Aaron O'Connell, and director Norma Bailey and writer Nicole Baxter. And Nicole Baxter, when she's on, she is 100% on.
Yeah.
She really, I really want to interview her. She's one of the writers that we haven't been able to, but when her good movies are really good. I love The Presence of Love. That's one of my favorites.
Yes, got some solid ones in there.
Yeah, and that one's very underrated in my opinion. I like An Unexpected Valentine from last year. That one was good.
Yeah.
Then she has some big misses. So I guess it's a swing. It's a bit of a crapshoot with her, but like I said, when she's on, she's really, really on.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So this movie, it's New Yorkers Emma and Conrad agree to help each other find their missed connections after a subway blackout. Their search might lead to love, but not where either of them expect to find it. So overall, what do you think of this one?
Oh, this one's great.
Yeah,
I really like this one. It came out so much better than I thought it was going to be. Because I went in blind this year. I didn't watch any of the previews or trailers. I read the synopsis and I went, let's go. And I thought this is going to play out one way because this scenario has been done before, but it was so much better than I expected. They had good chemistry. I actually liked the male lead in this one, and Kim Matula's always good. So,
and Aaron O'Connell is so handsome.
I know he was pretty good looking in this, but he felt very natural here too.
Yeah, he did.
Sometimes he doesn't quite fit in like a few of his Hallmark movies that I've seen, but like it flowed so well. I thought they were so great together. And
yeah, I mean, this is one that I watch and I just think like, how could you not like this movie?
How could you not? Yeah,
I just feel like if you don't like this movie, then this is just not the genre for you. Like, This is kind of as good as it gets.
Yeah, and a great introduction to like modern Hallmark movies.
Yeah,
would be this one.
Well, it was so smart because they took something like the meet cute and then subverted it.
Yep.
So you think that the meet cute for both of these people, but that's actually not the real meet cute.
No, which was great,
clever.
Right?
Yeah,
it was. I love that. Then it becomes like friends to lovers in a sort of way because they become close,
exactly. And they did a good job of building up these other people as like potential real. Is this going to have like a very weird Hallmark ending, or like? Obviously, I kind of know that the two leads are going to end up together, but I think they included as much unpredictability as you possibly could in this kind of story.
Yeah.
Because
we spent time with them with other people too. Yeah. So I was like, yes, this is a nice you don't meet and then automatically,
Especially with him, it's not like he had no chemistry with the other woman. Less so with her, but still, I just thought that was very refreshing to have this subversion of like the typical tropes of the genre.
Right. And then also the dating with his coworkers that he tries to set her up with and how he doesn't like it. Like he goes, why don't I like it? Like, those. And this one was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's meet cute in the subways and then they are missing each other. And so then they put up listings to try to find the person. And then their meet cute is they respond to the ads. And it's like, oh, you're not the person that, I met on the subway, but they start to try to help each other to find that person, and that's how they become. That's how they start to become friends and everything. It's very cute. It's very cute.
Yeah, and they're polar opposites. He likes to exercise and get up early, and she's like, I can't, like
Yeah.
I live, I'm an art dealer or whatever, and
Yeah.
that was hysterical. She's trying to jog with him, and that would be me. I'd give up. I'd be like, nah, sir, I'm gonna wait on this bench.
Yeah.
I got bad knees.
Yeah. But they were both very endearing. I liked both their personalities, and with her like stressing out what to wear, what she's gonna do, like I don't know, she was just she was easy to relate with and connect with.
Yeah, I loved her sister and her brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I just thought they had the brother-in-law's just trying to be so supportive. What do I wear? And he's like, "Oh, is this a jerk?"
Yeah,
and they were so cute.
Do you like the pottery scene?
Yes, I do.
Like it's a homage to Ghost here we got going on.
A tame homage, but
not that
I
steamy.
liked it. Yeah, and they still managed to make it like Hallmark steamy, I guess.
Yeah.
I liked
steamy.
it. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I liked it because I get annoyed by that stuff.
Yeah. So he finds the girl, and then she goes on this like awkward date, and things to go over, but then she's like, well, maybe I should give him another chance. I should try again. And so she goes on another date with and then they go on this like double date.
Well, I know it's very awkward.
That was very awkward, but it was funny. I enjoyed it. This was an interesting thing when she says, "Now I know how Carrie Bradshaw felt about Bridget Moynihan."
Oh my gosh, that was so great, and I was like, I get it.
Well,
for anybody,
yeah, I mean, because all over social media, there's those posts of like, was she actually a villain? Was she was framed as a villain, or was she actually a villain? And there's no better example of that than Natasha on Sex and the City, framed as this villain, which she absolutely was not.
Absolutely is not. I just remember the first time I ever watched that, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to end badly." Like this was fresh. And that episode premiered when she falls down them stairs and cracks her tooth when they caught him. I was like, "Carrie, you a horrible person." I always thought that was just. It was wrong. Like no one was horrible in it. Maybe Big was the one who was.
Yeah. Why did Big marry Natasha? Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, his character was much married at that point. But it's just like he should have known better. But like the women, But and a Sex and the City reference in a Hallmark movie. Just I laughed. I giggled.
Yeah.
I thought it was just I think this is also sometimes when they put like. Some movies are too in the moment and you have all these pop culture moments that don't like resonate years from then and people are like, what is that? I think this will age well because Sex and the City is already like what? Over 25 years old.
Yeah, it was 98, I think is when it started.
So it's like this is still aged well. People are going to get that reference. But yeah, so true.
Because I mean, Carrie and especially Big were bad people, especially to Natasha. No one more so. And people, it's interesting that people use that as a critique of the show when actually, like, I think it makes the show more interesting.
Yeah.
And they way overcorrected within just like that. And yeah. And
your national nightmare is over, though, Rachel.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a Hallmark version of Sex and the City? Like. It's like them going, I
mean, actually, I don't think
they could go to baking classes together and meet all the guys. Like, it would just be them cooking.
Like, 4 Hallmark leading ladies in the city, living their life day. I would watch that.
Totally. Like, oh, what am I going to wear to this baking? Oh, remember how hot that baking scene was in what is it, Romance, Love, and Chocolate? We could, like, reproduce that.
You got like the neighborhood market and the farmer, the battle over the farmer's market that's going to close
Yeah,
down, and are they going to shut down
absolutely.
the bookstore?
Yeah.
It's
Every
be
season
great.
they could do an overall trope,
We need to get
with
Nancy Myers on this immediately.
imagine she would be like, okay,
Yeah,
what I get.
yeah, yeah. But one interesting thing about this movie is that when she's leaving the restaurant, she was wearing a fur.
Yeah.
And that surprised me, but it didn't surprise me because I have noticed, particularly this last Sundance Film Festival, lots of furs. It's a new thing. And I never thought that would come back. I thought that was,
I just assumed it was fake fur.
I mean, probably you would think
Yeah.
so,
But it
but
has been a kind of,
I've seen a lot of furs. And I don't think all those ones at Sundance were fake furs because it's, expensive
yeah,
place, Park City.
sure. I
I
always
know, I was
saw
just
furs.
surprised
Yeah.
that it seems to be a trend.
To me, yeah, like in real life, I see that all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
especially with the older crowd, and or minks, people still have that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
But
just
I've
gonna
just
say
been
it, guys.
surprised how
They are
many.
beautiful to look at and super soft to touch, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're right. It's like there's certain things that like it's okay, but
Yeah. I've been surprised to see that. And I thought it was so cute when she gives him the pot that he made, and he was like really excited about it. He's like, I
oh, I
made this.
know.
That was really
It was
cute.
a little too perfect though, because that was his first time out, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, she did say she fixed it up a little bit
Yeah.
and colored it, but I was like, that's a little too perfect. I was like, must he be good at everything, But it was
But their
sweet. It was
their
really cute.
banter was really well done. Very,
So
very charming. Yeah.
what I liked about it was not that it wasn't modern, but it felt like a conversations you could actually have today.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a little, oh, because they weren't focused on saving something or being in a competition, which
No.
I think really worked. This movie was just, we met, we have the same dilemma, let's help each other out, and then a friendship grows, and then
Yeah.
sorry, I had my mic. And then a friendship grows, and then feelings grow. And I
Yeah.
think that was the best part of this movie because they could really focus on just being, not worrying about anything else.
Yeah, and they could subvert the tropes because most of those tropes were actually happening in the other relationships.
Yes.
The meet,
Yeah.
the meet cute and these kinds of things. And so that made it refreshing. I mean, this is as close as I've seen to sort of Nora Ephron-esque writing in a while, I would say, on Hallmark.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, this felt so I hate to say this, but it felt so refreshing because I
It
love a
did. It
Hallmark
did.
movie. I love a Hallmark movie. I love these tropes. It's
Yeah.
my comfort level. But this felt like it could have been a rom-com that you could watch streaming or in a theater, like in the
Yeah.
old days.
I
The
agree.
type of stuff you would
I agree.
watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he's going to Tokyo. He's getting this big job, and he's talking with his friend, and he's like, I've been completely friend zoned by her, and I'm like,
Oh, he's so upset.
Yeah.
And I
And
do like too, like it wasn't a big deal. Like, oh, I got to go to Tokyo for a couple of months for work. Oh, all right. Like,
yeah.
it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we'll never speak again,
Yeah.
or
Well,
like
and
we can't ever see each other, even though like I might live an hour and a half away or something.
yeah, and he's talking with a friend, and he says that he misses her, and she's like, "Do you think that she misses you too?" That was cute.
Oh, I
And so then
know.
he sends a text, but he just ends up sending "I miss." That was
I know. He
cute.
didn't even
I
finish
liked
it.
that.
Yeah.
That was
But the
really
whole
cute.
like, what does this mean? Like her and her sister debating what
Yeah,
this topic
that
means.
was
What a
really
crunch
good.
too. This movie felt like, especially because we're all in a time crunch to move over here and pack, like on my end, and I'm like, oh, now I got
Yeah,
moving anxiety because this lady too is in a crunch. Like, where am I gonna
yeah,
go? But And so they're all packing the car. She's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, what does this mean? That whole conversation with her sister was
well, and it was a fun take on the race to the airport trope at the
totally.
end, because he's going to the airport to go to Tokyo, and he's like, no, I have to see her. I have to do this. And so he races back while she's moving, everything like that. It was so cute. And he's like, you're the one I feel a spark with.
No, that was so cute.
I miss everything
Lifetime
about
thriller. She would have gotten hit by that cab.
I miss everything about you, emphatically.
Oh, it was so sweet.
Really
it's just like
cute.
this text. Oh, what I laughed to was the incredibly long message she's leaving him. Like, while he's on the way to her.
Yeah, it was very cute. And he invites her to go to Tokyo with him.
Yeah, well, technically she's homeless. So, why not?
Yeah, she's like, I could be there it'll take me a couple days, but I'll be there. That was great. It was really cute.
It was great. She's taking a chance,
Yeah.
This movie's just so good, guys. Yeah. We're not doing it justice. It's so great.
It really is excellent. And I also liked that both of these people felt like they were their ages.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I think she says that she's 35.
Yeah, I buy that. Yeah.
Yeah, I buy it too. And so, this is the second movie recently that they've done that involved somebody in like finance. Like his character would normally be a bad man.
Be a villain. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Normally would be like, I'm the reason you have to move or something like that.
Yeah. Him and the Daniel Lissing one from Christmas. That I really enjoyed that, and
I forgot he was the finance in that one.
Finance guy,
and he wasn't a villain either. Yeah,
no, he wasn't.
Yes, guys, you can do it. That's because just don't make them take over your property. You'll be fine.
Right. So there we go. That is The Way to You. I would give this one 5 crowns. This was very entertaining, and I think I could literally recommend this to anybody.
Yeah, don't be afraid just because it has the Hallmark logo or whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, this is the perfect. Also, be careful because somebody then you have to watch this one and then maybe transition to that one. Don't give them one and then your standard where everybody complains about Hallmark movies.
Don't give them this and then Hope Ranch with like.
Oh, please don't because
don't
give them the what was the name of that one with Luke McFarlane and in Winter Escape?
It's Shot at Love. No. Caught by Love.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, give them that one next to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
But
this one, whereas like when we were talking about Because of Cupid, that one I couldn't recommend to just anybody. That's more like genre specific. But I really like my co-host on the movie show, Andy. I think he would like this.
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I could recommend this one to him. I think he'd like it. So there we go. The Way to You. It's completely charming and a win. So way to go, Nicole Baxter, on your script. And the cast, everybody involved. Very good job. Okay, well, let's talk about Because of Cupid. And I got to interview Amy Graney for this, and that was super fun. She's really sweet. And I think that she's a refreshing lead for these movies.
Yes.
There's just something like she has an everyday charm about her.
Yeah.
So she's a good find, I think, for these movies. So Because of Cupid, this is director Liz Farrar and writers Meyerson Amy, Kevin Duda, and Sarah Montana. And it stars Amy Groening and Evan Roderick. And it follows Naomi and Marcus, best friends and bartenders in Buffalo, New York, who enter a Valentine's Day mocktail contest to kickstart their dream business. After unknowingly adding a real love potion to their mocktail, they win the competition but spark chaos when judges and Marcus fall under its spell. As media attention grows, they race to find an antidote, questioning whether their own feelings are real. Ultimately, they discover their love is genuine, secure a career-making deal, and realize that the true magic was between them all along. And have you seen Bell Book and Candle with Jimmy
Yes.
Stewart?
Been
I
a
feel
long
like
time, but I've seen that. That's kind of a New Year's too, or is it Christmas? It's New Year's,
it
right?
is. It does have some Christmas.
It does
And
have
I
some
think it
Christmas,
does have
yeah.
New Year's as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's been a long time, but yes, it did remind me a little bit
Yeah,
of
didn't it remind you of that?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Because that movie is about a witch who ends up getting a love potion,
Love potion,
and
yeah.
she uses the love potion on Jimmy Stewart, but then she's not sure, does he actually love me, or is it the potion,
Right.
or what's going on? And I like in that movie how they don't absolve her of
No.
like doing a legit bad thing. Like
No.
I never felt
she needed, at the moment she needed it. It's
I never
unforgivable.
felt weird about the movie because she's called out on any, like, you could be kind of creepy, like you're controlling people, you're taking away their agency or whatever, but like no, they account for it, they acknowledge it.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
Jack
Yeah.
Lemmon is in it as like one of the head
That's
witches.
right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot he was in it. It's been so long since I've seen it, but I did feel that vibe in this one.
Yeah, right.
Which made me want to rewatch that movie.
Uh-huh.
Actually.
And
like
it's also a fun movie to watch because it came out the same year as Vertigo.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And Jimmy Stewart.
I know that. Yeah, that's right.
It's really interesting to see the same two actors in such different romantic roles.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good thing they had chemistry because they had it for both parts. But yeah, I think the least effective part of this movie was the whole mocktails competition side of it. Like that was very basic Hallmark, and it was fine as your structure for your movie.
Agree.
But whenever they would start kind of going there, I would be like,
like we have to waste time on this.
Yeah.
It's because I so enjoyed this movie, and I kind of I loved it because I loved the whole Cupid angle, and I just wish there was more of that. But I feel like they played it safe. But I will say, the making drinks, the mocktail, was kind of something new. I mean, it wasn't beer, and it wasn't, but these are like alcoholic beverages. And I was like, okay, there would be a time where that was like, nope, we can't do that.
Well, it's true. I mean, here in Utah, basically mocktails are super popular. Mm-hmm. There's this whole they call dirty sodas here. They even have named the minor league baseball team now. It's changed its name to the Dirty Sodas. That's the name of the team.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and I mean it's pretty tasty. I like me a flavored soda.
Yeah,
I mean that's basically what these are. Like some of them are carbonated.
Flavored
it's
soda,
just like a flavored drink.
Yeah, I don't even like flavored water. I complain about that. I was like, why do we have to have orange flavored water? I don't think I would enjoy a mocktail.
I don't like the LaCroix, that kind of flavored water. It tastes like soap to me.
I just can't take it. I was like, just give me. I don't even like flavored soda, but
Yeah. But what
I'm
did
very
you think
basic
of Amy and Evan as far as chemistry? Do you think they?
I loved Evan Roderick in this one. I thought he was so charming in it, and I liked them together. I thought they really had good banter. They were very believable as friends. Another friends to lovers story, like automatically from the get-go. Because I didn't even know like Cupid was real in this movie because I didn't watch any of the trailers. And you could tell right away that he's in love with her, and she doesn't realize it or acknowledge it or whatever. But I thought they were very, very cute together. I was like, this is a good pairing.
Yeah, I think they had pretty good chemistry. It was like believable that since they had this work relationship, I think that made the friend zoning feel realistic. Whereas otherwise you might be like, come on, you're gonna friend zone someone as handsome as that, like really?
I know, right? But they've been friends for so long. It's like I might ruin this, He's like,
well, especially he was worried about that, but
she was oblivious
because they have this work relationship. That makes the friends to lovers a little bit more believable because you have to keep working with this person. So as opposed to other situations where that's a risk if you're gonna take that risk and it could ruin the friendship, but at least worst case scenario, you wouldn't have to see that person, but since they work together, you would have to see them.
You would have to see it.
So it makes it extra. You understand why you might friend zone somebody you work for. Plus, you obviously don't want to be seen as like skeevy or predatory or anything like that.
Totally.
But that made it work, I think, quite well between the two of them, and I think they did have good chemistry.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
So cute together.
I asked Amy if the movie was always a Valentine's movie. If it was always Cupid, and she said from her hiring on, it always was. But I would love to ask these writers if it was originally a Christmas movie. I
got that vibe too. I was like, right? I'm so surprised. I don't exactly like. It would have to have been like Santa, most likely Santa.
Santa's the matchmaker.
Yeah, kind of. And they've done that countless times before in holiday movies. But I was like, I am so surprised this wasn't. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like this again in the holiday season coming up this year. Yeah. But I liked it that it wasn't, though. It makes it different, you know. We don't get it.
I think they could have done even more with the Cupid element of
absolutely. I wish they would have done more. He was so funny, too. It's like, really, like... And just him being like, what do you mean you don't get it? Like, look at these stupid mortals, you know, like, gonna draw.
But I really liked the other characters, like the two bosses, you know, that
was so funny when they all took that potion really and they were so in love with each other.
But then they still ended up being in love with each other.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It was very cute. It was very.
I mean, I kind of wanted all the couples to end up together, but it was kind of realistic that I was like, okay, yeah, you can't have them all together. Like, I just wanted to be your friend, and I was like, what a cop out, you know. But
yeah,
I love too how his uncle, that relationship with his best friend mirrored his nephew's relationship, and I thought that was a nice. I also thought I was like, she's being a little too mean. Both of them were being a little too mean. Like, we got to give everybody the antidote, especially my uncle and stuff. I was like, let him find love. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but then when the uncle was still in love with the fiance, even after, it was very sweet.
I knew for sure that one was going to work out.
Yeah. And then, so he is over the love potion, but he has to prove that he meant what he said, that it wasn't. Like
when he talks to Cupid at the bar at the very end, and he's like, "Yeah, we got everything, and I haven't, taken." He's like, "What are you talking about? You need two people." Like, the look at his face, he goes, "What do you mean? I did all that stuff." Like, and it's like, "Yeah, because you wanted to." I thought that was such a nice twist that he got the courage because he didn't even believe it. So he just drank it. I guess it was just. That's what he needed.
They say that there's nothing special about the potion scientifically. They like analyze it, but and so a lot of it could be basically like a placebo effect, that they think that they have that it gives them the courage to do and say things that they wouldn't maybe otherwise say. They'd be too shy, but because they think that they have the potion, it gives them kind of the courage.
Yeah, them trying to decipher the potion to figure out what the last ingredient was to make this antidote was more entertaining than them creating the drinks, because I felt they spent the least time of that, but they had to have the competition.
Yeah, I said it ends up being a basic Hallmark competition movie.
Yeah.
So that would be the downside to this movie, I certainly wish. I understand needing some kind of story to keep kind of you going through you need some kind of motivation and some kind of thing for them to do. But I think they spent a little too much time on the competition. I didn't really care about the competition.
Yeah.
If it had just been them and work, and I really didn't need. They could have been trying. Didn't need the competition.
They could have just been trying a new drink for the bar, and that's how the love potion, just like what happened, how the love potion got. And then they could have just like, we've got to decipher this crazy recipe.
Or they're like, they could have both been going after the same promotion, or just something like that. Like make some conflict, but and
It was
maybe
fun.
you
Yeah.
have like they're both going after the same promotion, so they enter the mocktails competition, but you just don't need to spend as much time on it as they did.
Yeah.
But I
But
still overall really enjoyed the
overall, same. I still really enjoyed this one. Like
uh-huh,
I keep going between this one and The Way to You as my favorite Loveuary.
uh-huh.
Because I just enjoyed the
Yeah.
premise so much because I thought there was so much fun. And her
Yeah.
just refusing to believe it, even though she knows this guy's Cupid. Nah, 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 nah. I don't believe in that stuff. And Cupid's like,
Yeah.
you still don't believe? Like, he was like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like
I
she
think
was
they
the
could,
only one he couldn't win over.
yeah, they could have fun with this love potion concept, I
Totally.
think.
And I loved how they threw all the Greek mythology in it too.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I would give this one a 4.
Same. Yeah.
Hey, this is David from the Piecing It Together podcast, a podcast about movies and the movies that inspire them. For over 4 years, each week, a guest and I take a look at a new movie through the lens of what other movies we think were either an influence or connect in some other way. It's a fun, unique way to discuss films that leads to a great list of other movies to check out that either explore the same themes and ideas or maybe utilize similar filmmaking techniques. Including special episodes in our side series that twist the format, we've done over 200 episodes, so there's bound to be one on a film you've been thinking about and want to dig deeper into. So check us out on all the major podcasting apps and at piecingpod.com.
Of The Stars Between Us, and this is director Michael Robison and writer Tim Huddleston. And it stars Sarah Drew, Matt Long. 7 years ago, Kim made a connection with a stranger during an eclipse event. Now a fledgling news reporter, Kim returns to Illinois for this year's eclipse, unaware that their paths may cross again. And if you listen to our preview of these movies, I confessed to the world that I am not moved by constellations. That this just does not excite me. Like when everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, there's an eclipse," I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah,
yay."
Rachel, when we had the last eclipse and it passed by to us, like, we picked up the kids from school and they actually gave the kids
Glasses.
special glasses too. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have any. We saw the eclipse sitting in our cars in the parking lot of a McDonald's eating a what was I eating at McDonald's? Big Mac.
Okay.
I swear to God, I was eating like a Big Mac and French fries, and I held my phone up to take a picture and saw the eclipse through there.
Yeah.
And my kids were like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. This is what we did as a family during the eclipse. This is how exciting it was to us."
Yeah. It was
We had
just
a
made
great
me
view, though.
laugh
Let's be
because
honest
like
with you.
I am literally the bad person in this movie. Like I'm the one who's like, how can you not be inspired by this?
Nor am I. I'm like, it was like, and that's good. Like
the other guys, the other people who are like, I don't care. I'm like, oh no.
It was so funny because they literally had people gathered at parks, and this was a big thing. Like,
yeah,
because it hadn't passed like by us in like for in so long, and like we're just sitting in the McDonald's parking lot, like because none of us cared, and we were like, oh, that's cool, and then we went on with our day. Like, I am the same way, Rachel.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It was so funny too because they were acting like this podcaster guy. That he was like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like
That was hysterical.
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get Neil deGrasse Tyson to be in this movie because he's like the famous,
I'm surprised he said no. I don't believe they asked him. I think they probably were afraid he would say no, and I bet you he would say sure. I bet you he would come. Yeah, bet you he would because he seems the type to be like, yeah, I'm game for something.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
seems up for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, I didn't mind this movie. I thought it was okay.
Same.
I almost liked the secondary romance.
Yeah,
better.
I
than the main
wish
romance.
For me in this movie, I wish that Sarah Drew didn't have that romance angle. I think it would have been better had she it was just her friend.
Claire and Travis.
Yeah,
So
I wish it was just like them. Like I think her getting her confidence back after a breakup and being like home with her child for like a few, getting back into the work field after a while of being a stay-at-home mom, and also she's living with her own mother. She those are legit like reasons to like I'm trying to get my confidence back up, trying to make it. I think all of that would have been fine because I feel the romance with her and the other dude, I forget his name. I just didn't buy that. I felt like you could have had that movie without it and it still would have been fine. Because they kept them apart for way too long.
Yeah, that's the main problem. And I think it would have helped if they'd had like 3 or 4 other either near misses or like brief connections where you almost they almost get together, like just a little bit more, sort of that way you could have sort of flashbacks to like, we actually maybe went on a date, we were in the same business meeting together, just whatever, like a few more over the years. I mean, they were trying to kind of do like your Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, it was a complete it did not work like Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, because it was Sleepless in Seattle, even though they haven't met, they have kind of bonded. Like there's all those scenes with her listening to him talk and him kind of falling in love. All those scenes with her listening to him talk and her kind of falling in love with him, that was enough. And it's maybe helped by the fact that those actors had worked together. They had really great chemistry. We know that, of course, with Tom and Meg. And also you got Nora Ephron, who's one of the greats as far as writing. But I think that's the exception rather than the rule. Sleepless in Seattle is the exception. Yeah. That worked because there were enough sort of moments of connection, even though they...
Yeah, because I saw no chemistry between the both of them. Not even in the beginning scene. I agree.
Like, it was sort of fun the way that they had the reveal be on camera and leading up to she turns around and, whoa, that's you. That was fun. And him being basically like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with you. Like on air, everybody to see it that was a fun reveal. Yeah. But I just think it would have been more effective if they'd had like a few other little touch points over the year versus just like, that one conversation at the beginning.
Yeah. And it was because all they had was like at the party and they had the masks and he's like, yeah, that's a podcast, the science podcast guy or whatever. And I was like, that's it. And like, they didn't really have any time to bond, I think, because they had so little time
their first
together.
Meeting was kind of businessy. It wasn't like
they were all just talking about they had a love for this, the astrology. Yeah. I get that. They bonded with that. But that was all they talked about. What attracted
the whole
obviously
movie
from
was
the
kind
get-go,
of businessy for my taste.
From the get-go, you knew that fiance was bad. Like, you knew it wasn't going to work out, right? Wasn't it funny that from the get-go, you knew, like, she's got a bad boyfriend, you know? And he, too, had a bad girlfriend because she totally ditched him. Like, the minute you see somebody too much on their phone, they're like, you've got a bad partner,
Yeah, so his girl is not interested in eclipse. Like I'm saying, she's a bad person. In the world of this movie, if you're not interested in the eclipse, like me, you are bad.
That would have been me. Like that was me looking at my phone. Like, when's this thing supposed to go? Eat a Big Mac.
Then, her guy is also not interested either, and so these are losers.
Yeah, I know, like losers, which is hysterical if you think about it. Yeah,
which was hilarious. And so
I don't mind. We don't get a lot of movies about astronomy, right? Yeah.
So he's
at least the world didn't end, in this type of. Yeah. Would have been better if there was time travel.
So he's getting his PhD at the opening, and there's so much to learn in the universe.
He was amazing. So bland of a character too.
Yeah.
It was like nothing to him but his work.
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't seem to have a personality to me. Like this movie was fine enough for me. Yeah, I was like, he's so bland. It just
I was feeling it with Claire and Travis. Like they had
totally
chemistry. They had
cute.
sparks. They were really good.
And I knew that his student and the producer dude were going to eventually also be paired up,
Yeah.
and that took too long to do that. To pair
So
them two up too.
yeah, yeah, but it was cute. I liked it. And then 7 years pass. And it's time for another eclipse. Getting very excited. She's a mom now, which I kind of liked that they made her a single mom. You don't see that
Yeah,
that often
you
on
don't.
Hallmark. And she's like, I just can't catch a break. And sometimes I
Well,
get
we
that.
get a lot
I
of
get
single
that.
moms in Hallmark. They just have dead husbands, but she was actually
Yeah.
divorced in this one.
I wish that we could have had Mary Richards on this episode because I would love to know her take on the portrayal of local news.
No,
I think that this is not
I feel it was
very
very
accurate.
sanitized.
Very accurate.
Yeah.
Um, this is her
Like the
last
way
shot to
that
being in front of the camera. This is it. It's her
and the
big
way that
break.
reporter's like, yeah, I have to go pick up my kid. He's got like measles or whatever. I was like, men. I said mentirish. I was like, she would have just sent somebody, which is lies. And I was like, she would have just sent somebody to go pick that kid up. She wouldn't. There was no way she would get off the air.
Yeah.
I was being very cynical at that point, but yeah.
But we have her producer Reed. He was kind of a fun character. I
He
liked him.
was kind of just like the doofus who got everything
Yeah.
wrong and then learns on the job, you know?
He's a soup to nuts guy.
I
That was funny.
was like,
What
what?
does that phrase mean?
I have no
Soup to
idea.
nuts. They must have like started your meal with soup and then you ended it with like nuts. It's like a
Yeah, it's
palate
one of them
cleanser or
sayings.
something. Why do people say
Like,
soup to nuts?
I don't know. It's like the first time I ever heard, man, it's hot as soup out here. And I was like,
Well, that
pardon?
makes sense because soup is
No,
hot.
that makes sense, but it's one of those sayings that strike you at the moment, like, what? Like, what is
Yeah.
going on here? Like, I've
Here,
never heard
I'm
that.
looking this up. Why do people say soup to nuts?
I've never heard that. I don't believe so.
Oh yeah, I've never. It says soup to nuts is an American English idiom that conveys the meaning of from beginning to end, derived from the description of a full course dinner. Formal dinners were expected to begin with soup and end with a serving of nuts, which signified the end of the meal. This tradition began in the Middle Ages. Isn't that interesting? I've never
heard that.
had
That makes
nuts at the
sense.
end of a meal.
Never. Meaning, well,
Yeah.
I've never had nuts at the end of a meal, but like nuts was more like a precursor or yeah.
Yeah, I've had it
Because
as
now
like
I'm
an
just thinking about
appetizer,
like
like a bar snack,
yeah.
But
Because even
anyway,
at Christmas when we have chestnuts, it's not during a meal, it's just around. You can have it whenever you want.
yeah.
At least
But
from
I
like
liked Reed, producer Reed.
Oh,
He
he was
funny.
fun. He was
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, for a movie that's as businessy as this one is,
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah,
was
so businessy.
more tolerable than, let's say, like last year's Argentina movie, which was business,
Oh
business,
my
business,
God.
was so boring. This was better. It was better than that.
That was my worst. When I ranked
it
all
was
the
rough.
Hallmark movies last year, that was my very last one.
Yeah.
I still
It
have,
was-
that was so rough. That
It
one.
was
Ooh.
very bad. So I have to give them at least some credit with that. And I think that's partly because there was just a lot of fun supporting characters,
Yeah. Yeah.
with Claire and Travis and Reed. And I think the other
Because you ended up being
Meredith was the other
invested.
assistant's
Yeah.
name. She was good.
Because he was having a breakup, and the other lady
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah," and he said, like, you were invested in them, and I was like, they had the type of meet cute and they kept bumping into each other that I wish
Yeah.
Sarah Drew would have had in the movie. Like they had what should have been like for the lead couple.
And I liked that. I liked them. They were really
Yeah.
fun. And we got the return of Ben Wilkinson into a Hallmark movie. We haven't seen him for a bit. He plays
No.
the rival reporter.
Should have just given him a mustache so he could twirl.
Yeah, there's nobody who plays a better murderer
That's true.
than Ben Wilkinson.
That is true. I cannot remember it, but there is a Lifetime thriller that he's in, like very little in, and I was like, how is he not the villain in this movie? I wish I could
it's-
remember the name, but like
It's kind of distracting when he doesn't play a murderer.
Yeah, it's
because
true.
it's like, I don't know if I
He's so
trust
good
this
at
guy.
But he was so snarky and so like rude, and I was like, typical man. At one point, I was like, "They got that right, like, typical man in business." Like, of course, of course. And the thing is,
you take my interview.
Yeah, I knew somebody like that.
It's a dog world here.
I knew somebody who had that exact attitude in real life once, and I was like, "Oh, of course." But like, yeah, he needed that mustache to twirl it a little bit, but he was good.
That was fun.
Yeah, and because sometimes he pops up and he's just there for a scene.
It's usually to be the murderer.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, like here you are," for a scene. But he had like a few scenes here, which was nice. Yeah.
The last Hallmark movie that he was in was, let's see here, was The Family Practice Mysteries.
Really?
He was the murderer. Yeah. 2024.
I thought I saw him in a Christmas movie, like as a cameo.
Calls the Heart. He had a 7-episode run on When Calls the Heart.
Yeah.
But no, he hasn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I could have sworn I saw him in a Christmas movie, like not this year, but at least last year. He hasn't
done a Christmas movie for a while, actually. I'm looking through. The last Christmas movie he had was, because they don't usually have like as many villains. Actually, he hasn't been in a Christmas movie in a long time. His last Christmas movie was Christmas in Tahoe.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I just expect him to pop up all the time. Such a he's that's let's be real, there are some character actors where you don't know their names but you know their face, but he's one that I always remember his name.
Yeah. So it was fun to see him in this, and he was a good bad guy, a good rival.
Yeah, he was.
He's like the bad kind of news reporter.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Sarah Drew's good. He's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we have this is when Claire and Travis meet, and they bond over their cameras. Ooh, you have a special whatever.
I was like, I didn't know what they were talking about, but I was like, they kind of, he teaches that's fun. In their field, right? Teaches film and stuff. Films.
It was cute, and then they have there's all this chaos with their hotel room and everything going.
Well, that was so funny.
But Reed's gonna make it all work.
He locked the keys in the van too. Yeah. But I laughed so much when he locked those keys in the van, and they're like, "Oh,
yeah."
So funny. I thought that worked, his shenanigans.
Yeah. And then the masquerade kind of party was a fun thing. If they were going to stretch out if they were going to have so many almost connections, it was a fun way to do it.
I wish they would have danced or something like that at that party with the masks on and stuff. Yeah.
But then we have Claire and Travis. They have this almost kiss, and then they hold hands. And Claire says, "This is the best first date of my entire life."
Oh,
and then we have to find a way to see each other after tomorrow, and then let's just worry about tomorrow. Adorable.
Yeah, they were so cute together. This is a great casting on their part.
It really, really was. Yeah. I hope that they feel encouraged by this, because Donna is great.
It was nice to see her. Yeah,
more.
She needs to get a lead in Hallmark. Give her a chance. She hasn't been a lead.
She's been a lead in non-Hallmark
movies, yes, but not in Hallmark. Yeah,
I think we need it.
Yeah.
And then we get a pretty big kiss from Claire and Travis. They usually don't go that far in developing the secondary relationships. That was fun.
Yeah, it really was.
It was good. And then we find out that she inspired him to be a teacher years ago. And the thing, I guess my question about that is, if you were getting your PhD, you were probably going to be a teacher. That shouldn't have been
at some point.
That shouldn't have been some new route. I never considered being a teacher.
What was he supposed to be doing? And I'm going to get everybody. And what do you mean?
I guess if he's an astrophysicist, he could be a researcher. But even
that's true.
even
But
I think every researcher works at a university.
at some point, yeah.
Or I mean, I guess he could work for NASA or something like that, or the government in some way.
And
But
they most
but
likely write
99% of the
papers
time
too.
he would be a teacher. So if he's
Right.
going to use PhD, this shouldn't be like a new revelation of like, oh my gosh, he should be
No,
a
like I should
teacher.
be a teacher. And he's probably writing papers too. They get
Yeah,
published and the
she
stuff like, yeah.
inspired him to be a teacher.
Like, yeah. They just needed something, Rachel, I guess, to
And
make that connection like be
yeah,
memorable or something.
and then we have Ben Wilson saying, "You can't just take my interviews." And then you can speak to him when I'm done.
Oh my gosh. And then the elevator not working was so great. She was like, why
Yeah.
did you press the other one? Like.
And then I think it's the daughter who says that being scared gives you the chance to be brave. That was cute.
Yeah.
That was
Everything was so good with Sarah Drew. Like, I feel like she didn't need a romance. I feel like they had to throw that in because
Yeah, I
there
agree.
always
It's a
needs to
Hallmark
be a
movie.
romance in these
And
Hallmark
you really didn't
movies.
need it because I mean I say Travis and Claire way better than the main
Way better.
relationship.
You could have just had them. Like
Yeah.
her thing about getting her confidence back, essentially getting the groove back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was strong enough, especially because I'm sorry to the dude, but he was such a bland character.
Yeah.
You
Well, then
know.
the podcast
Didn't give
guy
him
ends up
anything
getting
to do.
lost. He gets lost.
Rachel, I laughed so hard because he ate too many of them hot dogs and he needed to go. And he got lost because he couldn't find a bathroom. I laughed so
It was
hard. I was
very
like, I
funny.
can't believe they put that in that he needed to go. But I loved it. I think that
Yeah.
made it funny.
Yeah, so she's going to interview, he's put in as a replacement. She's going to interview him, but she doesn't know it's him. And like I said, the reveal when she turns around and she sees that it's him, they're live on camera. That was fun.
That was
I
fun.
thought
Yeah.
that was well done. And they both kind of like, whoa. And then I liked when the producer is like, well, that was weirdly personal, but great.
Yeah, right. Like there's a lot of things in this movie that work, and then there's
Yeah.
but they should have
Universe
danced at
is,
that party. Like I don't
yeah.
understand why they didn't.
Universe is full of coincidences. And it says here that in this we also see the producer with Reed and Meredith getting together, which was fun. The sun and the moon met for the first time during the eclipse, and they fell in love. And I've thought about you a lot over 7 years.
Did you? I mean, I find that hard to believe, especially because I just find it hard to believe. I wish there needed to be more to them for me to like.
I agree. If they'd had like a big epic kiss or like a date or something like that, and there needed to be more than just sort of this more business-like interaction.
Yeah, what should have been in the first interaction was he shouldn't have had a girlfriend. She shouldn't have had a fiance. They should have connected so much and spent the day together, and then somehow were separated. Like they didn't have phone numbers. They didn't have this. Somehow that separation of like what could have been.
I agree.
That should have been it. It should have been more of a longing. And it really wasn't because they both had lives outside of like this one meeting that really, to me, felt very insignificant.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think they should have just made it more longing, more like we couldn't connect. Yeah. But
so last year I interviewed an author named Allison Ashley, and she has a book called If Tomorrow Never Comes. And it was maybe my favorite new book that I read last year. Really enjoyed it. And this handles this kind of dynamic, I think, better, because what happens is she has, I think it's like cancer or something like that. She's like leukemia or something. Yeah. And she's going in for treatment. The night before, she meets this guy, and they have this amazing, they basically spend like the whole night together. Like they don't sleep with each other, but they spend the whole night talking and whatever. They have this incredible night, and it ends with this kiss. And she tells him a fake name because she's like, she just kind of wants an escape because she thinks she's going into cancer treatment. She could be dead,
right. Yeah.
So then what happens is then she always remembers that day and how amazing that night was. And then I can't remember if it's 4 years or 7 years. Anyway, a certain amount of time goes by, and he ends up dating her friend, and they meet, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's you, and I do think that they handle like any kind of emotional cheating pretty well in that book, because he's kind of he's not as invested in the relationship as the girl. He's kind of like, okay, let's give it a shot, sort of his thing.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they handle it very well. But I think that like that night that they spent together was like really special, and obviously so. And so having
that makes a mark. Yeah.
I think that's more effective than what they do here.
Yeah, because what do they spend together? Like an hour?
Yeah,
it should have been the whole day.
Kind of buessy. It's
so
not
like
I was saying in this book.
Had they had spent
so like swoony, and they almost like went to bed together. Like that's how strong.
Yeah, they should have spent the whole entire day. She should have helped him set up his equipment.
Yeah,
they should have been walking. So they had more time to talk about what their hopes were at that moment.
Yeah.
But it was just too brief. They condensed it too brief. You only have so much time in this movie, but yeah, I don't understand why they kept them apart for so long. That is my main critique.
I guess she was married because she'd only been divorced, I think, for a year.
Yeah.
So that would make sense why she wasn't motivated, but that it would be so motivating for him. I don't know. But so that was a flaw of the movie, but he's thought about her a lot over 7 years.
I guess so. I don't know if she's really thought about him. Like she just meant like I had a connection once, and I was like, is that really important to you, right? It just because I don't know.
I did like that they missed the eclipse because they're kissing, and they
that was fun. Yeah, you see them all. Well, I kind of agree, but apparently people get excited over that.
They turn into bad people though to be dismissing the eclipse.
I would have slept right through it if we didn't have to pick up the kids from school that day. I would have slept right through it.
And so they're going to be on Dr. Langford's podcast.
Oh gosh. How exciting for them.
Evidently this podcast is a big deal.
Yeah. Like okay, guy. All right.
Yeah. The next eclipse, I'll be spending it with you.
All right. That's very confident. Very confident that this love is going to survive that long, but okay.
I would give this one 3 crowns.
I'd give it 2.5.
Yeah, I can see
that.
But this supporting was strong enough that I'd watch it again, but it wouldn't be high.
Yeah, there's things that there are aspects and stuff in this movie that you really like, and I'm like the more I talk about it, I was like, yeah, they could have just Sarah Drew did not need a romance. They could have ditched all of that, and it would have been a nice, fun little movie. But
all right, so
not
then
horrible.
We have Romance at Hope Ranch. And this is director Talia Brion, writer Juliana Wimbles. It stars Alison Sweeney and Gabriel Hogan. And it's Hope Morgan sets out to begin a new chapter of her life, fulfilling her... Hope Morgan sets out to begin a new chapter of her life, fulfilling her childhood dream of running a ranch in the picturesque town of Ruidoso, New Mexico, and reviving a beloved giddy-up gala. So this movie, it was just super generic. This felt like a 2015 Hallmark movie.
Definitely.
I didn't hate it. I wasn't miserable watching it, but it was just very bland.
Do you know that this movie has made me, I've made a decision I'm going to stop watching ranch romances because I've had enough between Christmas. It wasn't that many months ago I watched the same piece of dirt in several ranch movies to this one. I was like, I need a break.
I love me a man in a cowboy hat. It can really work for me.
I was excited because we got to Alison Sweeney and Gabriel Hogan, and they're so fun together in The Murder, She Baked and the Hannah Swenson mysteries. Yeah. And Norman has never gotten a chance.
Yeah.
And I thought, yay, they get a chance to work together, but the romance of this movie was hardly developed, and it starts off where he's kind of a stalker.
Yeah, it's sort of weird. This one definitely could have gone Lifetime thriller.
Oh, this would be 100% Lifetime thriller. It'd be more entertaining.
It would have been more entertaining. I don't think their chemistry was bad though. It didn't convince me that they needed to bring Victor Webster in for Mercy Baked because
No, I don't understand why they, unless,
like
you know,
just
unless Gabriel Hogan could fully commit
yeah,
to doing
just
like
have her be
yeah.
with Norman. I don't understand it. And I thought they had like okay chemistry. It's just his part was written very weird.
It was very weird.
Very
He wasn't
awkward.
even in that movie a lot, if you think about it.
No.
This movie
Yeah.
centers, again, why did this movie need a romance? It's just because Hallmark has to squeeze in a romance whenever they feel like it.
But I thought that it would have made more sense for her to end up having a
With
romance
with
with
the
the other
neighbor.
cowboy guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
with the
really
cowboy
thought
guy.
really thought I was like, oh, because he's kind of a stalkery ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, she
This
even
might be a triangle.
they even have kind of a meet cute where she runs into him with the
Yes.
hay, and I was like,
Yeah, I
this
thought
would have
he was
made
going
way
into a
more
triangle.
sense
I
than
wonder if that was the original, like in an original draft.
yeah.
Because like I thought I was like, oh, we're gonna get a somewhat kind of a triangle here. Because
Mhm.
with a name like, you know, Romance at Hope Ranch, and I was like, where's the romance?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time spent on this gala, the Giddy Up
And like
gala.
Allison Sweeney doing everything by her, like, Hope, because that's her name, doing everything by herself, and like I can't
Yeah.
I
I
can't
mean, this
die or whatever.
this
And I was like,
really is the kind of movie that everybody thinks all the Hallmark movies are,
yes, yes,
but it actually is getting to be more the exception rather than the rule.
yep.
And I think that Allison is super sweet, lovely person. She's been very kind to us
Oh
as
yes.
a podcast.
Nothing
Great.
against Allison Sweeney. I have
Nothing,
nothing
but
against him.
I
Nothing against my Sammy Brady up in here, but
I have
yeah, it's just-
I just don't love a lot of her projects. For Hallmark, unfortunately. And
I
it's just
wish.
me
I
and my taste, but she's had a pretty bad run here.
I wish she would just come in
I mean,
as
I liked
like
the Barcelona movies more than you, but this time each year I wasn't that big a fan. I really disliked Love and Jane.
me too.
The Wedding Veil movies were very meh to me. They were okay. Magical Christmas Village was terrible.
Terrible. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and Open by Christmas I really disliked, but that was more because of Erica Durance's character, not her character, not Allison's character. I mean, she hasn't. I didn't like the Chronicle Mysteries.
I didn't either
She's
like
been a
that.
little bit rough. I mean, she hasn't made a movie that I have really enjoyed since. I mean, I did like the Barcelona movies. So there's those, but then Good Morning Christmas, I liked that. I thought that was fun.
I wish
But
she would just play a villain.
yeah,
Or like the bad girl in a triangle trying to I don't know, because she's so fun
on Days of
depending
Our
on the
Lives.
storyline when she is on days. She's currently not on days, but she pops in every,
Mhm.
back in it. But she's so fun at playing that, And I suppose because she did that for so long and every day, that yeah, you want to do something different, in your other projects. I understand that. But this, I thought she was fine. And I thought that, it was age appropriate. She had, her real life daughter going to college,
Yeah,
was
so
in the
that
movie
was
as well.
fun. It was
Yeah,
fun
because
that
they looked very, it was
and
like, yeah,
sound.
they are.
She has they have very similar
was it
voices, which was funny.
same hair. I was like,
I was
wow,
like-
this is like
I'm
amazing.
like, this has to be her real daughter.
It is, yeah, it's her real life daughter, which is
this
fine.
right on IMDb that she's been in 3,623 episodes
Probably more.
of Days of Our Lives?
She started Days of Our Lives when she was like 14 or 15 years old.
3,000?
Rachel, it's like every
Holy
day.
cow.
Sammy Brady is like Sammy
Oh my
Brady ended up
gosh.
becoming the biggest villain. And
3,623
I would
episodes.
say more. I would say she probably is in more.
Holy cow. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
she started on that show. Oh my gosh, she wanted her sister's man so
She started
bad.
in 1987?
Yes.
What it says on here.
Wait.
So she's been on
It
that
must have been the
show-
late 80s. Yeah, since she was a teenager, since she was a kid. Yeah.
Wow.
And she's always played Sammy Brady.
Wow,
And she wanted her sister
3,000.
Carrie's man, Austin. And Austin was not worth all the trouble that Carrie did. She drugged him. And then she ended up pregnant. But she ended up pregnant with Austin's illegitimate brother that he didn't know he had. And then she passed off that baby as Austin's.
Oh my gosh. See, I wish that there was more of that in this movie.
I didn't even get to the EJ and Sammy here. It's crazy. But yeah, no, she had been like, that's a lifetime on that show. I would IMDb is not good with like the number of episodes for like soaps because sometimes it seems too low. I would say she probably has more than that. She hasn't been a regular. She's been off for a few years, but she comes back every couple of months, or, for a drop. Not every she'll be back for a couple of months. Who knows? Because Days of Our Lives film like they film like 2 years in advance to what we see. But yeah.
That's incredible.
I get that I had nothing against her. It's just, I found the whole storyline with her and having to do everything herself and planning a party. I'm getting so tired of planning a party and seeing.
It was just bland.
It was just and it was dull. I was like, look at her struggle.
It was,
and they zoomed in on that poor girl sweating. And I was like, come on, man.
And there were so many things that, I'm like, they could make interesting, but then they didn't. When he offers to help her with the truck, that could have been something that they do together, like a project.
They should have because I also
and then
felt
it just works.
Yeah. Because then they're like, "Aw, shucks, I might have moved here trying to to force you to fall back in love with me so we can get together." Like, it was very stalkery, but they also did nothing really to make them come back together. Because she was so adamant, oh, but I've quit my job. I've changed my life around. They're both changing their lives around.
They could have had more fun with like a baby boom element, where like the city girl going to the, having to make it in the small town.
It was more him. He was he was a fish out of water. Yeah.
Like work with the animals or whatever. Like they could have had more humor on things like that. But they really didn't. I mean, she's got it basically down. Like the only thing is she has one unruly chicken. Other than that,
I know this was a drama all the way. I wouldn't even consider it a romance drama, but I was like, okay, so she has struggles. I was like, can we see something else? And I felt when I read that her daughter was. Listen, I don't really care about that. Like, you grow up with your parents being an actor or whatever, you're going to end up going, 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up going in that same profession, right?
Yeah.
And I know people cry nepotism or whatever like that, but I was like, man, but her daughter, the daughter was barely, I thought there would be more storyline and interactions with the daughter character-wise, but there wasn't. And then her daughter was the same as her mom, freaking out in college. Like, they were going through the same issues.
Yeah, and they are there's like a will they won't they kind of a thing going on. They almost kiss, but she's like super insecure, almost to the point of like, is he bad guy? Like, I don't know. It was definitely interesting.
I've got to do everything myself, and I was like, okay, what kind of trauma does she have? Because that's what was so serious.
So when all the food gets spoiled, I thought the big solution to that was going to be everybody shows up with a potluck.
Right.
Wouldn't that have made sense?
That was going to be the same thing.
The plot,
I was like, oh, she's going to ask the mayor for help, and the mayor's like, bring a dish.
The mayor, they could ask the mayor for help, and then everybody that would have been such a Hallmark ending to have everybody show up with
And she's fully accepted in the community, and it's a thank you for bringing back this gala, to help her out. I really thought I was like, okay, here we go. Everybody's going to, and I was like, okay. This is weird. I was expecting that.
Yeah.
Then it didn't happen.
And I think that would have been fun if it had been turned into a big potluck. And also for the caterer to cancel like this would be they're going to get a bad Yelp review. That's for sure.
You definitely have to give the money back.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Because this has happened before. What a nightmare, Rachel. What a nightmare. Oh my God,
it's hard to believe that there wouldn't be there's not a vegetable tray. There's not everything is spoiled.
Right.
They didn't have anything, but and then the deer eat her strawberries, so that was
more stress to put on her life. No, of course the deer's gonna eat it. Put a fence around that.
I feel like I kind of wonder if Allison feels like she wants these movies to like be more important than they are, because pretty much almost all of her rom-coms have like these sort of more dramatic scenes in them, and more like, and it's kind of what I'm feeling the last decade with Reese Witherspoon, that she can't just make a fun movie. Like, we don't need all of, like, I get it, the real life love is more complicated. I understand that, but we don't need it for.
We don't, because I don't want to see. I don't want to spend time.
Be fun and light, and
because honest, Rachel, like sometimes you do, but like the majority of the time, I don't want to see people struggle paying bills and like movies, because that's real life. Like I'm doing that enough, Right. I don't need to see that. Sometimes, like Roseanne, the original Roseanne, like that show felt very relatable. And it was showing a group of people that weren't shown that much on TV, but they made it funny, and they had struggles, but they still made it entertaining.
Well, you can add the drama, like something like Taking Back for Christmas. But yes, I think it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to nail those kinds of scenes.
Yeah.
And like when she like flips out at him after with the food and everything, and that was just kind of like, what is happening? Why is she behaving this way?
Right. And she did apologize to him. She knew he was wrong, and he was like, I know you were going through a lot. I thought he was very gracious too, because normally he would have been like, oh, I can't believe you did that to him. He was very gracious too, which kind of makes up for the fact that he was a stalker.
It just makes it less fun. You can't really have fun.
There was no fun. There was no fun in this movie.
And there really wasn't. And
I would love to know what song she was listening on, like in the beginning of the movie when she's driving to her ranch, just like this generic country song playing, and she's all into it in the car. And I was like, what was she really listening to?
Yeah, for sure.
Because the tone does not match.
And then we have to promise we're never going to give up again. So I would give this one a 2. I wouldn't watch it again.
Same. This is not one I'm going to rewatch, but it is interesting. Now you've got in my head, does she want to make a point, or like a dramatic point in these films, like to make it a little bit more meaningful? I don't really know what was meaningful in this movie. Nothing.
Like forgiving from divorce. And
it would have been better if that was her ex-husband and the father of her daughter, but it's not even that.
Yeah.
I could get it. Like, it fell apart. I wanted another chance with my family, and it wasn't even that. It was just, I don't know. It was just, I think the introduction of him, it hurt that he was like, yeah, I followed you here. I want us back together. Because then they didn't even, because I don't think he really tried that hard to win her back. He just helped her find a horse, and
it just needed more like cute scenes between them.
It needed more cute scenes. It also needed him to feel jealous and like, oh no, I've got a rival. Like, I was so, because he's so positive he's going to win her back. And like,
since it's called the Giddy Up Gala, it would have been fun if like they started taking like 2-step classes, or
something like that.
Dance, or, just like another sort of fun way for them to interact that get us invested in the couple and just enjoying the film more.
And all those zoom ins to Alison Sweeney's face, like, Hope is tired because she worked all day. She's happy with this life. This is, she's starting a new too. This is what she wanted, but like, I get it. She's doing everything by herself. She's tired. There's no way you can run a ranch by yourself, though, Rachel. No matter what size it is.
The better example of this story that from Hallmark would be Harvest Moon.
Oh,
Jesse Schramm, Jesse Hutch. Very similar. I mean, they weren't exes, but aside from that, pretty similar. And that one, they have such chemistry, and there's so many fun moments, but it also has some heartfelt, moments with his daughter. That is a better example. That is one that does a lot of these elements, but because much better.
I thought she would have more struggle when we were like, oh, we need to do one final inspection, or you have back taxes due. I was like, when the taxes thing came up, I was like, the government is always after you.
That darn chicken almost made her lose the inspection, fail the inspection.
You know, like, I thought they were going to do more with that, and I was worried. They were like, oh no, she's not going to have money for these taxes. I was worried about that. But even in a movie like this, the government has got to come for you. Like, they could have. But yeah, I thought they were going to do more with that, and I was like, ugh, more stress. And it was just like, just minor plot things just to give her more stress because she wanted to do everything by herself. And it was like, it's unrealistic that no matter what size the ranch is, that you would not have some kind of help. That's a lot of horses she had to deal with. That's like, you would need some hands to help you out there. I mean,
I mean, this ranch was not like a fix me upper. This thing was very nice. She purchased something that was.
She must have had bank though, Rachel, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that I'm sure because she had the horses and everything, and I was like, wow. Yeah. That's why she only had that little cart when she moved in, because she had to sell everything to buy that.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies March Store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, Hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies Merch Store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies.
Definitely. All right. Well, let's preview real quick the Hallmark and rom-coms coming up in the next 2 months. We start out with Sugar and Vice, a Hannah Swenson mystery. So Alison Sweeney's been kept very busy with Hallmark lately. So this airs on the 7th, and this director Peter Benson, and it's Hannah finds a body at the grand reopening of the Lake Hannah finds a body at the grand reopening of the Lake Eden Inn. When a storm traps everyone inside, Hannah must find the culprit before the road clears and the killer escapes. I have to say, I think this sounds pretty promising. Whenever you have all of the potential murderers all in the same, like stuck in the same house.
Yeah, like an Agatha Christie tale. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun dynamic that it adds, sort of a clue kind of element, you know.
Yeah, I hope it's fun like the Curious Cater one.
Yeah, that was the best Curious Cater.
Where he also was in like costume and stuff. It like when I watched the trailer, I actually did see the trailer for this one, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of the most recent of the Curious Cater, who did the sort of same thing. But this is and Aurora Teagarden did it. This is a very common thing for mystery
but I think it usually works pretty well.
It usually does,
yeah, everybody. So I'm hopeful for this. I think this will be a pretty good one.
I'm hoping too, because this is kind of the series that won't die, because it's on its 3rd reboot if you think about it. But I have hopes for it. But
what's the these 3rd movies? So we have Murder, She Baked, and we have Hannah Swenson. What's the 3rd?
The 3rd is because Murder, She Baked and the beginning of Hannah was Cameron Matheson and her. And
I see.
The 3rd is kind of, she's got a new man. She's lost the lead male left. So, they got to throw this lawyer in somehow. Poor Norman out in the dust.
I'll never understand that. It's a bizarre choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I
could have just recasted Mike.
Yeah. Or
why did they just recast?
If you literally have another love interest is already cast, it's already part of, just have her be with Norman. I just don't understand it.
Exactly. But, it's just like, you could have just recasted Mike. It would have been fine. It would have been fine. But I mean,
now I wonder if there is a place in this poor town that hasn't had murder.
First of all, would you buy any cookies from her? I'd never enter that bakery again. I'm like, I don't care. I can't buy none from her.
No.
Like, I couldn't even go over there to buy a flan. I was like, no way. I'm going to end up dead.
Talk about bad vibes.
There is a preview clip where I forget what her friend is that works with her in her
Oh,
bakery.
yeah, yeah.
She's like, "Ooh, I've never been to this part." She's like, "What? Like the finding the dead body part?" And this movie's making fun of itself already, and you would have to at this point.
If we're doing anticipation out of five crowns, I would give this a 4. I do think
really?
I think that the all being in one house, I think it'll make it fun.
I guess I'd give it like a 2.5 because sometimes I'm more disappointed than not in this series, and I feel like I'm obligated because I was like, I've watched every single one in this series, and I'm like, I feel like we're in a bad relationship. Like I can't leave it alone. Sometimes I feel that way in certain installments. Like
I've only seen the Hannah Spencer ones. I haven't seen the Murder She Baked. So
I think maybe the chocolate chip, the very first one. Maybe you could watch that where it started it all. Very different town, different bakery because she's changed the bakery location like at least 4 times in this series. But you don't have to.
But I think for what it is, this sounds like it'll be decent.
Okay, I can't remember, but I can't remember which one it is. But there is a sort of Norman centric Murder She Baked movie where you saw the real potential of how they could have been a couple.
See?
And so that was fun because in those you had maybe one with Mike and then one with Norman and then one with both, but yeah.
All right. So then we have Nellie Knows Mysteries, All Manners of Murder. And this stars Pascal Hetness on the 14th, and it's director David L. Strasser, writer Catherine Wagner. Nellie and Detective Michael set out to solve the murder of a guest while at a lavish dinner. I have to say, I have absolutely no memory of the first Nellie movie. I think
me neither. And do these two do anything else but star and stuff together now? Because even the cameos in the Christmas movies are them playing a couple. And I was like, I get it. They're friends. They love each other. That's totally fine. That's totally cool. Yeah. But like, do something else with somebody. But I also have no memory of the first one.
None.
And I can't believe it's got a sequel.
It
I'm not even going to bother. I'm not bother. I'm just going to go straight in. This seems very much like the Sugar and Vice. They're going to be at a party stuck in a house. It's
lavish dinner. Concept. So that could be fun. It could be fun. I am going to give this a 3.
I don't know. I guess the same. This could be fun because I think mysteries work the best when it's one location and they can't get out of it. They're trapped in there and you don't know if you're with the murderer or not. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to screw that. We've seen them screw it up, but it's hard to screw
It's hard, but they have managed
to do that.
Okay, so then we have 2 for T. This is TEE, like in golf. This is on the 21st, stars Janelle Paris and Chris McNally, writer Matt Johnson and Justine Wenzel Chang. T is a Chinese-American pottery artist who meets new community center handyman Will. As she learns about her family's traditions through art, can she and Will save the center from closure?
Oh boy, they got to save something. Oh boy.
Isn't most people when they see 2 for T, aren't they going to think of golf? T? Golf,
I actually did not think of golf, but you are right. But it's her name.
Yeah, it's her name. I just think it's kind of a confusion.
I know, because the poster's but the poster they're doing, they're making pottery.
Yeah, they're making a cake.
Sexy times, they're working together in that poster, which I think is a good poster, but it makes me laugh.
This sounds very generic. Yes, will save the community center. But if they have good chemistry,
what? No, that's not the No, the Family Mysteries was Nile Matter that she was in that one.
Oh, maybe not. I thought they had.
Yeah, because for a moment I thought the Family Mysteries one was with him, and I was like, no, that's what would now matter.
Yeah, and Never Been Chris, that was Tyler Hines.
Huh. I just hope that as she's learning about her heritage, I hope they do it in a fun way, because sometimes they do it in such a matter of fact way, like you're in school.
Like
it's
the Argentina movie.
Yeah, it was like, yes, I hope they do it in a fun way because that could be very interesting. Learning about, if she's learning about the art, Chinese art and stuff, that could be very interesting. I just hope they don't make it bland and boring. Like make it, make it fun, so we can learn some stuff and open up to like different cultures and stuff like that, and not like, I feel like I'm in school. Do you know what I mean? Like, know.
So I would give this one a 2.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, so then we have A Royal Setting. This is on the 28th, and it stars Jen Lilly and Dan Jeannotte. Director Bradley Walsh, writers Ainsley Gordon and W. Stewart, who we've had both of them on the podcast. W. Stewart went, and she's the one that wrote she's the one that wrote the Suit one with Franco.
Yeah.
Well suited for
Love
Christmas.
that one.
Yeah. So good.
I feel like watching that again.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to see that she was punching up this script, that she was working on it. But it says Ruby, a world-renowned gemologist, is hired by Prince Luca to restore the crown jewels and design his crown, challenging tradition and complicating his relationship with his mother, the queen.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a big royal girl.
I'm a big royal. And like, first, this is Jen Lilly back. Perfect for her to be back in a Hallmark movie. Perfect for a royal setting. But also, I was like, a gemologist. This isn't careers we have a lot in Hallmark movies.
Yeah, we just had that The Perfect Setting. That's the only other one I can think of.
Right, exactly. And so, and this makes sense. I gotta design some crown jewels. I gotta restore some crown jewels. This makes sense that they would meet instead of
and you're gonna be looking at that tiara.
Oh, it better be those.
You're gonna be looking at that.
Good. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's better than, hey, I bake a cupcake and he ate it, or something, or the prince ate it. It's more plausible.
Isn't that one with Alexa Penavega? Wasn't she a gemologist? Wasn't it a diamond company in Paris that they're trying to get the account for or whatever?
What?
I think it was a diamond company.
That movie, but I don't remember what company it was. I did enjoy that movie.
It was a diamond company.
I don't remember what it. Yeah, but she was just trying. She was in advertising, though.
She was in advertising. You're right. But still, I mean, it's.
I don't want to get my hopes up too high for this
Jen
movie.
Lilly. Happy to have her back. Dan Jeannotte is one of my favorites. He, I think, is kind of underrated.
He loves a royal movie.
He loves a royal movie. They love giving him an accent.
This is like his 4th royal movie. I mean,
he does tons of these, and I would say like 80% are really good. In my opinion.
Let me look up his royal movies that he did. Oh, like in general that he does for. Yeah, but I'm gonna look up his royal movies real quick because I think this might be his 5th. I was like, man, this man loves to be a prince.
Yeah.
Please don't give up the crown. Please don't give up the crown. I know they need to stop. They need to make these more.
Let's see.
Modern day fairy tales. Okay.
So he was
a
prince in Love on the Danube. He was a prince.
But I got to give that up. Pass.
He was a prince in The Royal Nanny.
That was fun. Home for Royal Heart. I watched this movie in a
Christmas in
another
the
title. This was terrible. Home for Royal Heart. He's undercover, like.
So they were in Paris, Wine, and Romance together, but he was just wasn't a prince. But
he was an earl or a duke in Christmas in Highlands. Also, this came on Lifetime, but it was under a different title, which I can't remember now. But he is either a duke or an earl in that one. I can't remember. Okay, so that's 4. That is that's.
Yeah.
It might count because he was in Rain. Maybe that's why I'm getting that confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is his 5th one.
5th one.
So, yeah, I would like, guys, don't watch Home Pro. Like, I don't even remember the plot of that one. That one has
he works a lot, but I still think he's kind of underrated. I do. Yeah. I think
I have
really
face blindness between him and what's the name of that other dude? This is horrible. Now I can't even remember the name of the guy that I have face blindness. The one who did the Christmas house. What's his name?
McFarlane?
No.
Oh, Robert Buckley.
Yes, that's it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
can see
terrible.
that. That
I
makes
have
sense.
face blindness. They look completely different, but I have face blindness. I get them confused all the time. But I have hopes for this one. But I'm not getting too excited because, I've been
I
burned
love Sweeter
1,000
Than
times.
Chocolate. That one's so good. I really enjoyed The Royal Nanny. I love Ghosts of Christmas Past. Like, he's just done a bunch that I really like. So
I was just specifically thinking of the ones where he's played royal.
Yeah.
So
I'm hopeful about this. I'm hoping it will be good. It sounds pretty generic, the plot.
It does, but
I'm still going to be hopeful. I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah. And these royal movies do good for a Hallmark. So
Yeah,
I could see Jen
It's
Lilly,
true.
like, yes, I would like to come back to one with a
Yeah.
royal to, like, come back with a swing. It's nice to have her back. We need a couple of more people
Welcome back,
you know?
Jen. Yeah. Such a sweet, sweet person. So I'm
Yeah, it's
excited
gonna
for her to be
it's
back.
gonna be fun.
Okay,
And she's done a few royal movies as well.
Yeah. So we have a couple feature film romances coming out that I wanted to talk about. So we have Reminders of Him. This is on the 12th of March, and it stars Tariq Withers and Micah Monroe, director Vanessa Caswell, and is based on the Colleen Hoover novel. After a perfect outing with her boyfriend, Kenna makes an unbearable mistake that sends her to prison for 7 years. Hoping to rebuild her life after her release, she tries to reunite with her daughter, but her custodial grandparents refuse to let Kenna see her. She soon finds unexpected compassion from a local bar owner as their secret romance gives Kenna hope for a second chance.
Well, they just spoiled the whole movie.
Yeah. It's Colleen Hoover.
I don't understand. I'm sorry to her fans. I just don't understand it.
I do think I've actually seen this, and
okay.
I do think that this is better than the other two.
I've not seen one of her adaptations yet.
Oh, you didn't see either of them?
No, I didn't see this might be the first Colleen Hoover film adaptation I go see. It's so funny. I can't remember the movie I saw, but this trailer played before it, and before they even said it, I was like, I bet you this is a Colleen Hoover because because she's even got more films coming out. She's a hot commodity right now.
This is pretty generic. It's not like amazing by any means, but I didn't actively hate the characters like I did in her other ones. There were other two where I just thought they were awful. These I was rooting for them enough. I found them likable enough. The chemistry was strong, and this almost feels a little bit more Nicholas Sparksian to me than Colleen Hoover. It's watchable. And it's, in my opinion, the best of the three.
I might catch the other one with the cheating people who die in a car accident. I might watch that one.
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't want to watch the other one.
Well, it wasn't even their relationship that was the most toxic and terrible. It was the relationship that the teenage daughter has with her, that it was like absolutely atrocious. I'm like, this is a very bad message to be sending to teens, that this is in any way healthy.
Yeah, I might watch that one before I watch this one. I can't remember the other one, the one with Blake Lively. I can't remember that name. I do not have an interest to watch that one because, one, I don't really care for Blake Lively, but even everything, all the shenanigans that are, or all the stuff that's going on with that movie, I had no desire to watch it because I was like, I don't like, this is about domestic abuse relationship and a survivor. And I was really turned off by how that movie was promoted.
Yeah.
And I just have no interest in seeing it now. And then everything that's come out, the fighting between the actors and the lawsuits since then has left me with no desire to ever see it out. But
it's terrible. It's a terrible book and a terrible movie.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. But these, listen, her movies are making money, so I can't blame them for adapting her books, which are incredibly popular. She has very loyal fans, and this is serving a community out there, because if you think about Reese Witherspoon is doing it too, producing making movies out of her book club picks, like where the
Yeah.
what was that? Where the
Crawdads, yeah.
yeah, like that movie was so and so, but like remember how much it made money? There's an audience that is ill served about. We used to do this all. They used to do this all the time.
Even look at The Housemaid. Like,
yeah,
when you make movies based on
these books
women like, and you give them a chance. Like, I am convinced the people we meet on vacation, if they released that in the theater, it would have made $200 million.
Right. Because I to this day, I'm still hearing people talk about it. I have yet to see it. I plan, like, after I move and stuff like that, I'm planning to, like, just watch it, settle down and watch it. My sister, because my sister's like, we got to watch it together because it looks fun. I don't know if I should read the book beforehand. I'm debating.
I would. I mean, it's a fun read, so
yeah,
I would read it.
But
so what would you give this movie excitement-wise out of 5?
Excitement, probably 1, but I feel like I'm going to go see this one. I'm going to make a point to see this one because I got to see what the fuss is about these adaptations.
I would probably give it a 3 just because I think it's the best of the 3.
The trailers, I will say that the trailer itself, when I saw it in the film, wasn't bad. I was like, there are elements here that can hook something. But I am just happy that these movies are being made, whether they're good or bad, because this is an audience that is not served enough, and like make these book adaptations, people are gonna see them.
I agree. The more like, you can't have quality without having quantity as well. Like,
exactly
that, or it's very unlikely. That part of the reason why we got so many great rom-coms in the 90s and early thousands is because we had a lot of them, and a lot of, so that you could have the bad ones, you could have the good ones. It's kind of like with Hallmark movies, like we have, there are a lot of bad ones, but that there are also a lot of good ones because we have so much.
There's so many good books out there that they could just adapt. So many. Like, get to it. Instead of remaking everything.
Next up on the 3rd, we have the drama. This stars Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. Director Christopher Borgli. This is an A24 release, so that's the kind of movie it is. And it's a happily engaged couple gets put to the test when an unexpected revelation sends their wedding week off the rails. What did you think of this?
I saw the trailer. I don't really care much about the lead actors. I didn't think the trailer was bad. I was like, okay, I get this. There is, they figure, and I was like, okay, you can make a movie about this. Somebody learned something, like, wow, and it makes you change. What possibly could be the secret? Because I feel like they give so much away in the trailer except for that. And I was like, what, did she kill somebody? What, did she run over somebody? Like, my initial thought is she hit somebody with a car and just leaves them and never calls anybody, like a hit and run. That's like my initial, that is my thought about what she did. Because other than that, outside of murder, what could she possibly do that has that man like, what? I can't believe you did that. Or maybe the friend in that trailer is overreacting to what she did, and people are feeling her overreaction. But I was like, it has to be something on that level.
It's like maybe that she had an abortion or something, maybe, or
to react that strongly, like to an abortion. Like, well, some people would, but I don't feel. I
don't know, but yeah, it's.
I mean, it's not with him. Had they been, I could understand if, let's say, they knew each other when they were teenagers, they meet up again as adults, get back together, and she confesses that I was pregnant as a teenager, I had an abortion, I didn't tell you. I could see that messing up the relationship, but like, they don't know each other prior to, I don't know. I bet you
this, I mean, it really does not look like my jam.
It doesn't either. Like, I'm like,
A24, art house film. So I'm only going to give it a 1, but it'll probably be glad that Robert acted.
It does, but I'm so glad Robert Pattinson has his accent in that. It's like, please don't try that American. Please, we need a break.
All right, last one, You, Me, and Tuscany. This is on the 10th of April. It stars Halle Bailey, Regé-Jean Page, director Kat Coro. Anna impulsively jets off to Tuscany, Italy to stay at a stranger's villa without permission. Caught inside the house by the man's mother, she convinces the woman that she is his fiancée. That little lie soon becomes a big problem when Anna develops a growing attraction to the stranger's handsome cousin. I am
this
so
trailer.
I'm
I know
really rooting
was
for
so
this
much
movie.
fun. I know the trailer was so much fun.
I want it to be good. Like the fact that this is getting a theatrical release is
amazing because this feels like something that would go straight to Netflix.
Absolutely. But
are there a little too many expats in Italy though? I was like, what's going on? Like, why is everybody
everything's in Italy. Everything's made in Italy. But they definitely gave a bunch of tax breaks to people to make movies during the pandemic.
But it's so pretty looking, but
it is. I mean, and there is a tradition in Italy of great rom-coms going all the 3 Points in the Fountain and Holiday. And, I mean, there's a long list.
I have high hopes for this one too.
Yeah, and I think that they'll have really good chemistry. The plot sounds basic, but I think if it's well executed, it could be very enjoyable.
I forgot to look this up. Is this based on a book? Because this feels like it's based on a book.
It does feel like a book. Yeah, I agree. But the whole idea of love a fake relationship, that's fun.
But when I was watching the trailer, I was like, she just went up there like, yeah, come visit me or whatever. I was like, you a little unhinged girl, to be doing that. But we need a plot.
So I am very hopeful for this movie. I'm going to give it a 4.5. I really hope it's good, please.
I'm going to give it a 4 too, because I like Haley Bailey, Yeah. So I hope
she was so good in The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. And I just really hope.
Regé-Jean Page, he's really great in Bridgerton, so he can do it.
Yeah, and I haven't watched many things where he's been I watched Bridgerton the first season, but like I haven't watched many things outside of that he has been in. Oh, I did watch that Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, that was good.
So it's I haven't seen his face in a while.
But especially in any romance. I haven't seen him in a while.
So. But I know he's been working, but I haven't seen what he's been doing. But like I have high hopes for this one. This looks fun. I'm just so glad it's in theaters, because this looks like it would have been straight to Netflix or most likely Netflix, because Netflix has the rom-coms. Whether they're good or not is another story. But
what will you give it?
4.
Yeah. So the last thing I wanted to mention, I didn't put it on the spreadsheet, but this weekend that we're recording, there is the release of what's called Seeking Persephone. And,
yes, I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, it's a 4-part. They divided it. Originally, it was just going to be a movie. Now it's divided into 4 parts. So you download it as a season on Amazon. We'll put a link down. This is based on the book by Sarah Eden. And I think it's pretty impressive what they did on like a very small budget.
Wasn't this a Kickstarter too?
Yep, Kickstarter. So I think when you watch it, at the very least, you'll be like, wow, they did a lot with a little,
So you've seen this, right?
I've seen it. So
does it work as a 4-part?
Well, I haven't seen it divided up. I watched it just as a movie. And it is, as a movie experience, it is pretty long, so I understand what they did. It's 3 hours long, so
okay.
So it's a long movie, and the hope is that it will do well enough that they really can have multiple seasons, because there's multiple. This is like a series that Sarah Eden wrote.
Okay, cool.
And the only major critique I would have with it is that he's supposed to be like very scarred, and like his face. And it's basically like a Beauty and the Beast narrative. It's kind of a Beauty and the Beast meets Mail Order Bride kind of situation. She agrees to marry him because he's going to give all this money to her family, and he's like this recluse because he's got all these scars on his face and is considered a recluse and everything like that. And they barely gave him any scars. I mean, this would not scare off any human beings, like from being with this man. So they wimped out on that level, I think. And there are points where it's like, okay, come on, this is getting a little slow. But other than that, I was very entertained by it. I thought they had really good chemistry. The story, was mostly compelling. I think that Hallmarkies will like it, and it's very clean. It's not like Bridgerton or anything like that. As far as
I saw the trailer,
they barely kiss. So
I saw the trailer and I was hooked. I was like, I must see this.
Hallmarkies will really like it. We're going to have some kind of coverage with, I think Mary is going to watch it. And so I think the two of us will
So funny,
cover it.
because I was going to bring out this movie because I believe it comes out. I said I read it said it was coming out the day we're recording this.
Yeah,
I read someone. I was like, is this going straight to stream? VOD.
Yeah, I wish that they could have gotten a theatrical, but I just hope that people check it out because, again, I think they did a lot with a little, and I enjoyed it.
Will Kemp's in this?
Yeah, he plays your dad.
Yeah. So,
so that's fun.
So there's there. Yeah. And I was like, I must see this. Now, you've read the book.
Yes.
So it's good.
Yeah. I like the book.
I was debating whether I should read that book before I watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very predictable story, so it won't matter either way. But yeah, I think the Hallmarkies will like it. I hope it does well. People should check it out. So there's that going on. So that is everything that we have to preview. Let us know what you think. Are you excited for these various films? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, we've got the ending of When Calls the Heart. We have 1857, Hope Valley coming up. We have The Way Home in April coming up, the final season. So we got lots of good stuff for the Hallmarkies listeners to enjoy. Let us know what you think of the Loveuary movies that we talked about, and then these new movies coming out. What are you excited for? And Terry, thanks so much for doing this. And where can people find you?
I'm on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, at Flurry Heaven.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. So check that out. Also, make sure that you're following the podcast all over social media at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast. And if you're listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That really, really helps us a lot. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And if you get to, because this is such a long episode, if you get to the ending, put in your comment, hashtag March, put in hashtag Loveuary and Loveuary March. Put in Loveuary March, and then we'll know that you listened to the whole thing. And that would be fun. And we're really excited because we've been doing well on the YouTube channel lately. We've just crossed 12,000 subscribers. We'd love to keep growing. So please check that out. And then we have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we're doing. You can be part of cool experiences, like we had a Q&A with Nina Wyman this month. And we're going to have a really fun, watch along for March. Remember that Sense Sensibility modern retelling that we talked about at Christmas? Mm-hmm. That Camry, the director, she's going to join us for the March watch along. And I think it'll be super fun, not only to hear from her and watch the movie together, but just to learn about making an independent film and what they did with her and her family and everything. So
and working with her family,
that'll be very, very fun. So check that out. And we also have ad-free versions of every episode at the Patreon. And then we have our merch store where we have lots of fun movie-inspired designs, romance-inspired designs. So take a look at that. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.